Planet Wine. It's like having your own wine cellar right in the heart of Del Rey. More than 700 bottles of domestic and imported wines offer something for every occasion and budget. For fine wines and more, there's a whole planet. Planet Wine in Del Rey. All right. That's not just our kids applauding. We are live from Carmine's on 7th Street in D.C., and it's a great way to start 2012. We're here with Carmine's CEO, Jeff Bank, Executive Chef Terry Natus, Carmine's Corporate Beverage Director, Erin Ward, perhaps the most important person because she's mixing the drinks. And GM Chris Demar, who unfortunately here in Washington is wearing a Ravens shirt under his jacket. All right. And we've also got a cavalcade of some of DC's top chefs with us today. I cannot
wait to use that word.
That's a big word,
it's
cavalcade.
Word.
I'm sure Hagedorn didn't understand it.
Yeah.
There's your shout out, pal.
2020.
No, we've got Michelle Richard. We've got Scott Duneau.
All right, yay! All right. Well, let's start it off. We have such a show for you today. We do have a parade of chefs coming in. Michelle Richard, Jeff Black, Nick Stefanelli, cookbook author Joan Nathan, Scott Druneau, and of course Brian McNair from DC Central Kitchen. We're going to be talking about all the hot things going around in and around DC. It's going to be quite a show. So let's give a round of applause for all our guests. All right.
I always wanted to do that. All right. Why don't we start with our friends from Carmine's. Look, we've got Jeff Bank here. Jeff, why don't you take 2 seconds and tell everybody how we talked you into this Michigas right here.
You told me I had 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Go ahead. And
now it's 2 seconds.
You have 2 minutes here and 18 in the men's room, too.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. We've been here about a year and a half in D.C. Carmine's very successful in Manhattan and New Jersey and Atlantis. Came down here, had a great opening, and during one of the opening nights, we noticed this striking, intelligent, beautiful woman sitting at a table.
He's talking about me?
Yes, clearly. Sorry, I forgot it's radio. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
And, of course, walked over with my wife's permission to say hello and see why she was eating at Carmine's, and we started talking up.
Yeah, I was talking to your wife while this was going on.
And then that was okay. And we'll work on that later. And we found out that she was a foodie and that she gets what we do at Carmine's. These large, abundant portions, cooked to order, great quality and consistency. And we hit it off really well. And then, yeah, I got stuck for 10 minutes talking with David, the other guy. And
the pitch comes in.
Right, and then we hit it off.
Mr. Nicky Nellis.
Right.
Okay. And we started talking about some things. And then once I understood that his title was The Beast, I'm like, oh, this is a no-brainer. This is perfect for us.
She started calling me that on our wedding night, by the way.
I started calling him that way before that.
So we were very excited. And they're regular customers of ours. And we got to see their kids, got to be good friends. And we thought, hey, let's have some fun. We've been on the show before. We've done it on the radio. And I know that I have that face for radio, but I'm like, hey, let's bring it down to the restaurant, and maybe we can get some people in.
Finally, something true.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. I mean, your idea to make it a party was terrific. I love that we have all these people here. Everybody's got a drink in hand. I mean, this is the way to start off a Sunday morning.
And we've got some serious drinkers back there on the bar, so you better watch out.
I see a couple of you guys.
Hey, yo!
There's one guy who's got his head under the tap.
Ryan, stop. All right. So why don't we get Terry in here?
Well, Terry, we're going to have you guys switch mics for just a sec. Tell everybody, I know you've been back there cooking away for everybody this morning. Tell us about what people are going to be digging into later on in the show.
Well, later on we're going to have our 4 pasta special.
Okay.
It's a Carmine's tradition. It's our way of having a Sunday meal. It's 4 Carmine specific pastas: veggie lasagna, cavatelli with pesto and sun-dried tomatoes, gnocchi bolognese, and tortellini with quattro formaggi.
So everybody here in the audience is going to get some of that later on today?
Yes.
There you go. So everybody can get ready for pasta?
Yep. Carmine staple.
Right.
This is just a nice way of paying back everybody we owe for dinner, by the way.
Well, and if you're on Atkins, you can just forget it.
That's right.
So it's going to be full carbs. All right, so that's really good. We can't wait to get into that.
Right.
Now, my party maker over there, Erin. Everybody say hi to Erin Ward this morning.
Hi, everybody.
She is the beverage director for Carmine's, all of Carmine's,
all of
right?
Carmine's and Virgil's.
And Virgil's.
Yeah.
Oh, the barbecue place, right.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the barbecue place later on. So tell us, how do you go about putting together a menu for all the different Carmines?
Well, we have a lot of Carmines in all different cities, and so it's important that we appeal to a wide variety of people, but more than anything, that it's a lot of fun. So all of our drinks are meant to be, lighthearted, big portions, easy drinking. So today we're going to make, we're going to start out making a sangria, which is our Molto Italiano sangria, which is made with vermouth.
And is everybody getting a taste?
Everyone's,
I see somebody walking around with tastes of
Does
drinks?
everyone have their first drink in hand?
Everybody got their first drink in hand?
Let's down that.
All right, and despite how mature they look, my children are not ready for prime time.
Okay, so tell us what's in this
sangria.
So
the sangria is made with our private label CARMINES wine, which is Montepulciano. It's from the Abruzzo region in southern Italy. And then instead of using the typical brandy that they do in Spain, we use vermouth. So it's Italian sweet vermouth. We have a number of different vermouths on the menu. And then we put in a little bit of orange juice, a little berry puree, and a little peach schnapps. And then we scent it with orange peel and rosemary, and then garnish it with a little bit of grapes. So I'm going to make that for you right now.
Excellent. That sounds
terrific. I can't even remember all that. All right.
All right.
Well, while we're doing that, let's bring on
Michel
the
Richard.
man.
Chef.
Everybody, James Beard award-winning chef Michel Richard.
Thank you.
Ooh. Here he is. He's the man. You got to put your headphone on there, chef.
Happy New Year to all of you. Great year, great, a lot of money. Come to my restaurant. Don't go to the other one and not go.
All right, so
I'm back.
Here's what we're going to talk about. And I know you're here to see me and not Nikki, because that's how it works.
You're so pretty, though. You're wasting your time with that guy, Nikki.
Every time this guy is on the show, why don't you look at
He loves me. He loves me. Yay!
This is why I have a problem with the French. All right. So the word is out that you are contemplating a big health kick, and that you were seen at the Health and Fitness Expo yesterday, cooking up healthy options.
Yeah, it's 3 healthy dishes. Yeah.
Okay, so you're the king of bechamel. Like butter.
I don't make bechamel. I don't use butter.
No butter, no cream.
Yeah, right.
I only use a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
A pound for each one.
So how does healthy dining work with you? How do you do healthy dining?
First, you stay away from all the fats.
Okay, that's
right. Yes, I didn't do it for the past 3 years.
Thank God he said that.
Okay, this year my son's getting married.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with my wife. He's getting married in September.
Okay.
And I want to look good in my wedding dress.
Excellent.
My wedding suit. And I'm starting my diet tomorrow. Hey, hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Here's my friend over there.
Yeah, I know David Hagedorn
in
the house.
This is the
actually two co-hosts, other co-hosts.
He looks like Mr. Clean.
Yeah, Amanda McClements is here too.
Amanda McClements, David Hagedorn.
And may I say, she's a lot better looking than David Hagedorn.
Aw, that's
you.
not true.
Yes, it is. Hey.
Yes, it's true.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Look at these gorgeous sangrias.
Don't drink that. You're going to gain some weight.
I know. I was going to say, Chef, do you want to start your diet tomorrow?
Drink it.
Yeah, I'm starting my diet tomorrow, or tomorrow maybe next. I always say tomorrow. Tomorrow I will say tomorrow.
Excellent. That's
Aaron, is this how you serve this thing? It should come with a diving board. Look at this.
That goes in your nose.
It does go in your nose. All right, so tell us how you plan on eating healthier.
I don't eat bread with my pasta anymore.
No bread with your pasta.
Normally I cover my bread with a tortilla with pasta.
Okay.
I stop that.
Okay.
I use a spoon.
Excellent.
A spoon. And you have to, in your pasta, you have to add some tomato, but no oil, no butter, no cheese, nothing.
Okay.
That sounds really interesting.
You buy the ragu, you know that thing?
No, come on. Seriously. No, but how are you going to eat healthy at home and then translate that to your restaurants?
Yeah, we do that. I try to do that. You know, let me tell you something. 25 years ago, when I opened a restaurant called Citrus in LA, I was not using cream and butter. And I was very proud of it. You know, the press never write a line about it. I was like the new French chef coming up with a recipe with no cream and no butter and no fat. Who cares?
Don't worry, there's no press here today.
There's no press here.
Yeah.
All right, Chef, thank you so much for coming in today. Tell people where they can find your restaurants, please, here in D.C.
Okay, in D.C., Georgetown, 30th and M Street. 275-570-0778. That's the reservation numbers. And you have here on Pennsylvania and 11.
Yep.
Called Central. What do you call? It's a beautiful American restaurant.
We got to go to commercial.
Accent.
Okay.
Okay, you don't want to talk to me about my restaurant?
No. We gotta
Come and see me. We need your money.
Okay. Michelle Richard,
All right, let's
everybody.
go to break.
All right, we will be back live from Carmine's with more, including Scott Bruno, Jeff Black, Joe Nathan, Nick Stefanelli, and I see more cocktails in our future. We'll be back in just a
All right.
sec. Woo!
All right.
Excellent.
The phrase neighborhood restaurant means convenience, but not necessarily style or good taste. But in DC's West End, Circle Bistro, Noti Bianche, and Dish Plus Drinks take neighborhood dining to new levels. Circle Bistro offers contemporary French-inspired cuisine. Dish has new twists on American classics. And Noti Bianche is the perfect Italian trattoria. The Kennedy Center is just steps away, so pre- and post-theater dining is enjoyable and convenient. Dish, Noti Bianche, and Circle Bistro. There's good taste in the neighborhood. We are back on Foodie the Beast.
Woo! Let's hear it!
We're live from Carmine's in D.C. Incredible family-style servings and meatballs the size of my head. I love this place.
And you have a really
Big head.
bulbous
Yes, I
thing
do.
on top of your
All right,
shoulder.
so listen, I want to introduce our next guest, Jeff Black. Jeff, you've got restaurants all
Hold
over
on,
the place.
1 second.
How about
Jeff
some
Black,
applause?
ladies and gentlemen. Hello! The man, the myth, the
Addie's,
legend.
Black Market, Black's, Black Salt, and now?
Pearl Dive.
Pearl Dive!
I know
All right.
we have some regulars of Pearl Dive here in the audience. Go
So
ahead,
you have
Jeff.
all these restaurants, but now you just opened Pearl Dive in the hippest heart of the city on 14th Street. And I guess the question I was asking Nikki last night was, what were you trying to do there that you weren't doing in your other restaurants?
But
Did you-
you just trying to have some fun.
Okay,
you know.
that's great. Thanks. Nice.
All right,
Thanks for
and
joining
next
us.
guest, go.
But I still have a question about the previous guest. Chicken
What?
fried steak
Chicken fried steak.
from a French chef.
No, it was chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak?
Yeah.
Come on, where's Michelle?
I sounded.
I'm from Texas.
I
can
just
make
said
chicken fried
that.
steak.
I sounded more like I had a
Michelle
speech
Richard can I
impediment.
make chicken fried steak? I want to have a chicken fried steak cook-off with him.
All right. Oh, good
We're
idea.
gonna throw down on chicken
All
fried
right,
steak.
so talk about Pearl Dive because it's a real departure from what you were doing, what you've done in every other spot.
Well, the interesting thing was, back in college, I bartended quite a bit.
You went to college?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't graduate, but I went. But
All right, let's not sell that part. Go ahead.
I wanted to do a fun bar, and so we did blackjack upstairs. And Pearl Dive is Southern cooking. It's my cooking. So
But that's what I think is so interesting about Pearl Dive is that and all your restaurants, I mean, you don't really have a bar scene in many of your restaurants,
Right.
and this is a real departure for you as far as really rocking it and getting into the, artisanal sort of craft cocktails.
Right.
What made you decide to do that?
well, we wanted to be in the whole 14th Street vibe. So it's like you go to 14th Street, you don't open a P.F. Chang's, you don't open a those restaurants have places
Hint, hint,
elsewhere.
hint, hint to anybody who's
Well,
thinking
it's
that.
just I mean, I'm not nothing bad against them, but the vibe on 14th Street requires.
I heard
a certain-
Denny's was opening. Is that
I hope
Nice.
you're wrong.
nice? 2 eggs, sausage.
But we wanted to stay in the neighborhood and
Right.
in that feel. So we built it tailored to the neighborhood. So
Well, so for
it
people
worked
who
out.
haven't been there, explain what it's like. I mean, explain how the two levels are different, and let's talk a little bit more about the dishes that you are serving.
Sure.
in Pearl Dive.
Pearl Dive, the best compliment I ever got, Pixie from down the street, she came in and she said, I feel like this restaurant's been here forever. It was the first day we opened.
There's a
Cool.
Pixie down the street.
Well, and it
Yeah.
does look like a party from the
She's got a
outside.
great
Miss
store, by the way. You
Pixie's.
gotta go to Miss Pixie's.
Oh, yeah.
You've been,
She's
you've been.
wonderful.
Sure,
She's
Miss-
leaving, so we
Miss
need to support her
Pixie's.
before she goes.
That sounds like a house of ill repute, to be honest. But I didn't say that.
That's the other side of it.
That's upstairs.
Exactly.
Right? I know.
No, but it's good. But we wanted to feel like it's been there forever. And then I don't like big restaurants. These guys are talking about 350 seats and 15,000 square feet. I can't. That doesn't register with me. So
Okay.
I have this whole upstairs. I got to do something with it. And I didn't want it to be Pearl Dive, so we turned it into a bar called Blackjack, and it's fun.
And where'd the
We got
bocce come from?
bocce.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
One of my key guys.
Bocce
was-
players? We got bocce players here?
A shout out for Bocce somewhere.
Who knows what bocce even means?
Okay, Bocce. Question.
Balls.
Anybody?
Thank you.
Balls.
What do you mean?
Italian, something. I don't know. But
Actually, bocce are kisses.
they are,
Not spelled that way, though.
B-A-C-I, yeah.
but not
But then
B-O-C-C-E.
B-O-C-C-E.
Bacco?
You're Italian.
No, bocce.
It's bocce.
Accidenti. Okay,
Yeah, all
never
right,
mind.
anyway.
Get your Italian
Back
right,
to you,
brother.
back to you.
So anyway, a key guy of mine was living in Brooklyn, and he came back. He said, "Chef, bocce's the rage." I said, "I don't care." He goes, "But you don't put your drink down." I said, "I love the game." So we put it in bocce courts, and it's been fun. So
Absolutely.
Jeff Black, everybody.
Jeff Black, everybody. Thank you very
Good
much.
man. All right, Aaron, back to you.
Where's
because-
Michelle?
All right.
Because this crowd is not tipsy enough.
I know. We need to
I know.
start drinking more.
What did everybody think of the sangria?
You like it?
Thumbs up.
Good.
Thumbs up. Excellent.
How many people fell out of their chairs?
All right. So
Then we need to drink more.
exactly.
If not, yeah.
What are we doing
So,
next?
well, we're approaching, we're getting later, getting closer to noon, so I thought we'd kick it up a little bit and have a whiskey drink next.
Okay. Oh, the crowd likes it.
Well, I know DC is a big
Thanks for
whiskey
hiking.
town, so we came up with this drink for you guys. It's called the Sinatra's Iced Tea, and it has nothing to do with iced tea, really. Sinatra was a big whiskey drinker, so we're using rye one whiskey today, and we're going to use 2 ounces of this rye one whiskey. I'm going to make it for you right
Oh my,
now.
look at all
as
that.
it's being given out to you. To
Oh, here it
taste.
comes.
Aaron, you're a pusher. I'm looking
I know.
at
I am a pusher.
That looks like an
I'm a
awful
drink
lot
pusher.
of alcohol.
Look, we got a duck walking waiter here. This
Here
is
we
great,
go.
man.
Okay, then we also have
He's got my hair, too.
a light vermouth again. This is the Bianco, which is a little bit sweeter than regular dry vermouth. Okay, we'll get an ounce of that if you want to make it at home. And then we have the next thing is Luxardo cherry liqueur, which is made from special sour cherries in Italy. This is delicious. And we just put a little ½ ounce of this in here. Gives it a little sweetness, nice cherry flavor, sour cherry flavor. And then we have a little bit of lemon juice to make it a little tart. So this is almost like a whiskey sour with a little cherry kick to it.
All right. Well, Aaron, while you're mixing and they're passing that out, we're going to do me a favor, bud. Stand up. We've got a member of the Washington Wizards with us today.
Scott
Slam
Trudeau.
Duncan.
John Wall.
Yes.
All right. Scott Trudeau is the executive chef at Wolfgang Puck's The Source. And, Scott, we're going to start off because I have a test for you. If I say Gong Hai Fard Choi, what do you say?
Happy New Year.
Oh,
Yay!
I can't believe you knew that. Did you read the script?
I did. I cheated a little bit. I was like, what's he get? He always harasses me every time I come on the show, so I knew something was coming.
I hate that. You know how long it took me to figure that out?
We had to look it up. We had to figure out the pronunciation.
That's a loose translation of that, but yeah.
Everything I do is loose. So, well, not everything. Not everything. Not exactly everything.
All right, we can all talk about that after the show.
Is my doctor here?
After the show. All right, so Chinese New Year is on the way. The Source.
Say
where you
goodbye
are-
to this.
Okay, dig in. We're the executive chef. You can help out yourself.
Get
too.
your own radio show, people.
Yes.
Okay.
I can really say that only Nikki, David, and Carmines could get this many India Street professionals out here before noon. So, nice work, Foodie
Wow.
the Beast.
It wasn't my son.
All right, but so the Source goes all out every year for the Chinese New Year. Tell us what you're doing this year.
So Chinese New Year for me is just it's a great time of year every year because
Thank you.
there's so many food traditions related to the Chinese New Year based on long-standing traditions and superstitions. So we do every year a full tasting menu that are based on the superstitions from Chinese New Year. So we do it for about 2 weeks in lieu of our a la carte menu throughout the celebration. And then the boss comes, Wolfgang comes on February 3rd to do the tasting menu and end the celebration.
Okay, but let's talk. So when do you kick it off?
Monday the 23rd.
You started on the 23rd.
Yes.
And how many dishes are on the menu, and what can people look forward to
So
having?
there's 8 dishes on the menu, and like I said, a lot of them are based on superstition. So we always do a whole fish, which is supposed to basically symbolize family togetherness. And you have to have the head and the tail on the plate because the head signifies a great start to the year and the tail signifies a great end to the year.
Okay, I'm
so
coming
there's
for that. I
a
want a
lot
great
of
start and I want a
fun
great
little
end.
dishes like that. So
Right.
you know, it's a fun time for me.
All right, well,
Forget
Scott,
about it.
Thank you so much for coming on.
All right,
All right, thanks for having me, everybody. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
All right, let's bring down.
Take your whiskey
Let's
with
bring
you.
down Joan Nathan.
Nathan.
Nick Stefanelli.
Stefanelli. Let's give a round
And
of applause
Brian
to
McNair.
Brian of DC Central Kitchen. Here we go.
Now,
Hi.
everybody knows Joan because Joan's been writing best-selling cookbooks for a couple of years, right, Joan? Nick Stefanelli is the executive chef at Ashok Bajaj's Bibiana, a great Italian restaurant, different kind of Italian restaurant, great Italian restaurant. And Brian McNair is with DC Central Kitchen. He's the director of development. And if you don't know what DC Central Kitchen is, shame on you.
Right, you should know.
Because they
In this
feed
town-
about 4,000 people a day, right? 5,000. A couple
right.
thousand sneaked in before
We're
I...
good. All right. So let's talk about how this all happened. The Saturday night sips and the Sunday night suppers are going on next week here in DC. Chefs from all over the country, Alice Waters, Jose Andre, all these big chefs.
All over the world.
All over the world. Okay, even better. Are coming into town for it. So tell us how it started.
Well, it started when I was at the McDowell Common at Linney writing my introduction to my next book, or the book that just came out.
Okay.
And Alice Waters called me and she said, Joan, she said, the inauguration's going to be in January. This is for Obama. Let's do dinners. And which two fundraising dinners for two organizations? And I immediately thought DC Central Kitchen and Martha's Table.
Can I just jump in for a minute? You see how easily she says, "Oh, and Alice Waters called me." Like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger was on the phone this morning, but I had to hang up on him to come here.
Well, she's a good friend of mine.
Right. She's been in the food world a lot longer than you.
And so I thought she was crazy, but I knew I'd do it.
Okay.
So I called my friend who's the head of Martha's Table, and we got 12 chefs and 12 tables, and it was a huge success. And we've been doing it for 4 years now. And now
we do have to take a quick break. This is Nikki and David Nellis with Foodie and the Beast. We thank our studio audience for being here this morning.
And let's hear it. Let's hear it for Carmine's, because this is great food. 700 seats, 9 private dining rooms. Oh my God!
Okay, the show's not over yet. We're going to be back after this commercial break.
Planet Wine in Del Rey is more than just 700 great wines. There's also a stellar selection of craft beers picked by Greg Engert, one of Food and Wine's favorite. All right, so let's get back to Brian.
All right, so Brian,
I'll eat.
how does this event work with
Holy
DC
cow.
Central Kitchen? And let's also talk about Martha's Table as well.
Yeah, this event is really phenomenal because we run a couple events during the year, but this one, because of Joan and all of her connections and friendships, really, we...
I think you guys have some connections too.
The two of
Right,
us.
I mean,
But we get so much donated. It's amazing. I think last year we brought in maybe $125,000 or $130,000 for the organizations, and we literally spent like $5,000 or $10,000. I mean, the percentage of donation is so high on this. So whatever your ticket price is, I mean, there's like 95% of it.
How many years has this been on?
3.
4 years. This is
This is the
Number
4th.
four.
Okay,
Four and
fourth
third
year.
for SIPs.
Right.
third for sips.
Third for SIPs.
And that is why the SIPs has moved to the museum, and that is donated to us as well.
Which is amazing.
And it's going to be amazing.
Generosity of chefs is,
Right.
to me, amazing because it gives, I always think that at a certain point in your life, it's your time that's important. And they give not only their time, their energy, their money, and to make all this a success. And it's all for charity, and I love it.
Yeah, the chefs here in town are incredibly generous, and they understand in this event particularly that these two organizations are the leading organizations combating hunger and poverty, both short-term and long-term, which is a big focus of Martha's Table. And together, we really tackle all those issues.
That's excellent. Well, everybody, please tell everybody where they can find this information, how they can get involved, not just with Sips and Sups, which is really important, but also with DC Central Kitchen, because you take volunteers, right?
Correct. We have
And so does Martha's Table.
And so does Martha's
we
Table,
have
of course.
13,000 volunteers a year. You can sign up for a volunteer shift at the kitchen any day. DCCentralKitchen.org and MarthasTable.org both have links to buying tickets for this suppers and sips event.
Excellent. Guys, thank you so much, everybody, for coming
great.
in. It's great to have you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Brian?
We want to thank our guests, but first and foremost, we want to thank our host, CEO Jeff Bank of Carmine's. He's right here, an urbane, erudite man, a great philanthropist, a great American, and my good friend.
I'll be running for office.
And
He's
Aaron,
running.
thank
Running
you.
for
Chef
something. I
Terry,
don't know what he's
thank
running
you.
All right,
Chris,
and
wherever you are. No, I just want to say, I mean, we'll be back in a couple of months, but this has been awesome. We've never done this before. This is cool.
It's our first one. Yes.
And thank you.
And thank you.
And
thank
thank
you
you.
both. Thank you.
All right, and
Everybody, thank you again for joining us this morning. Carmine's, thank you so much for everything. And all of our guests, thank you. Everybody, please join us next week on Sunday, 1500 a.m. at 11. Have a delicious week.
that was fun.